Bird boot!
Oh my God, what happened, Inspector?
He's dead. That's a bit rough, isn't it? A bit extreme? He may have had his faults. I admit he was a fickle old... Who did this, and why?
To say that it is without pace, point, focus, drama, wit, or originality is to say simply that it does not happen to be my cup of tea. One has only to compare this ragbag with the masters of the genre to see that here we have a trifle that is simply not my cup of tea at all.
I'm sorry to be blunt, but there's no getting away from it. Lacks pace. Complete ragbag.
I will go further. Those of you who are fortunate enough to be at the Comedy Francais on Wednesday night will not need to be reminded that hysterics are no substitute for a clap.
Lacks along.
Some of the cast seem to have given up acting altogether, apparently aghast with every reason of being part of an evening that would, and indeed will, make the angels weep.
I'm not a prude, but I fail to see the reason for the shower of filth and sexual illusion foisted onto an unsuspected public for the sake of modernity, to any cost.
Is this your man, Inspector?
Yes. Yes.
It's Simon.
Yes. Poor... Is this some kind of joke?
If it is, Inspector, it's in very poor taste.
All right. I'm going to find out who did this. I want everyone to go to the positions they occupied when the shot was fired. Well, no one will leave the house.
I believe we all had the opportunity to fire the shot, Inspector.
I am not...
But which of us would want to?
Perhaps you, Major Magnus.
Why should I want to kill him?
Because he was onto you. Yes, he tumbled you right from the start. And then you shot him just when he was about to reveal that you killed this chap.
What motive is there in that? Who is this chap, Inspector?
I don't know. Quite unlike anyone I've ever met. Well, no.
Inspector?
Yes? Yes, what is it, dear lady?
Well, happening to enter the drawing room earlier in the day to close the windows, I happened to overhear a conversation, a statement made by the deceased Simon Gaston to her ladyship, viz., I will kill anyone who comes between us.
Ah, so that's it then. This chap was obviously killed by Simon.
But he didn't come between us.
And who then killed Simon?
Well, prior to that recorded remark, I also happened to be within earshot of a remark made by her ladyship to the deceased, to wit, I will kill you, Simon Gaston. I hope you don't mind my mentioning it.
I'm glad you did. It is from these chance remarks that we in the force build up our complete picture before moving in to make the arrest. It will not be long now, I fancy, and I must warn you, Lady Muldoon, that anything you say...
Yes, I hated Simon, for he had me in his thrall, but I didn't kill him.
Well, prior to that, I also happened to overhear a remark made by Felicity Cunningham, no doubt in the heat of the moment, but it stuck in my mind the way these things do. To wit, I will kill you, Simon Gaston.
Ah, the final piece of the jigsaw. I think I am now in a position to reveal the mystery. This man was, of course, McCoy, the Canadian who, as we heard, meeting Gaston on the streets and being solicited for sixpence for a toffee apple, smacked him across the ear with the cry, "How is that for a grudge to harbor, you sniveling little work-shy?" all those many years ago. Gaston bided his time, but in due course tracked McCoy down to this house, having, on the way, met in the neighborhood a simple, ambitious girl from the provinces. He was charming, persuasive, told her, I have no doubt, she would go straight to the top. And she, flattered by his sophistication, taken in by his promises to see her all right on the night, gave in to his simple desires. Perhaps she loved him, we shall never know. But, in the very hour of her promised triumph, his eye fell on another. Yes, I refer to Lady Cynthia Muldoon. From the moment he caught sight of her, there was no other woman for him. He was in her spell, willing to sacrifice anything, even you, Felicity Cunningham. It was only today, unexpectedly finding him here, that you learned the truth. There was a bitter argument, which ended with your promise to kill him, a promise that you carried out in this very room at your first opportunity. And I must warn you that anything you say...
But it doesn't make sense.
But not at first glance, perhaps.
Could the same man who killed McCoy not have killed Simon?
And why would any of us want to kill a perfect stranger?
Perhaps he was not a stranger to one of us.
But Simon was the madman, wasn't he?
We only have your word for that, Inspector. We only have your word for a lot of things. McCoy, who was it? What's his name, McCoy? Is there any truth to that fantastic and implausible tale of insult inflicted in the Canadian streets those many years ago? Or is there something else behind all this? Something quite unknown to us? Say, for instance, that the madman, having killed this unknown stranger for private and inscrutable reasons, was disturbed before he could dispose of the body. So, having cut the telephone wires, he returned to the scene of the crime, masquerading as Police Inspector Hound.
But I'm not mad. I'm almost sure I'm not mad.
Only to discover that there was a man in the house, Simon Gaston, who recognized the deceased as a man against whom you held a deep-seated grudge.
But I didn't kill him. I'm almost sure.
I put it to you. Are you the real Inspector Hound?
You know damn well I'm not. What's it all about?
I thought as much.
I only dreamed. Sometimes I dreamed.
So it was you, the madman.
The killer in our midst.
Oh, it's horrible, horrible.
Yes, we had a shrewd suspicion he would show up here tonight, and he walked right into the trap.
What trap?
I am not the real Magnus Muldoon. It was a mere subterfuge. I now reveal myself as...
You mean?
Yes, I am the real Inspector Hound.
Puckeridge.
Stand where you are, or I shoot.
Puckeridge. You killed Higgs, and Birdboot tried to warn me.
Stop in the name of the law. Bang! I've been waiting a long time for this moment.
So you're the real Inspector Hound.
Not only that, but I've been leading a double life, at least.
You mean?
Yes, it's been a long 10 years. But don't you know me?
You mean?
Yes, it is me, Albert, who lost his memory and joined the force, rising by merit to the rank of inspector. His past blotted out until fate passed him back to the home he left behind, to the beautiful woman he left as his girlish bride. In short, my darling, I have returned in our long ways.
Oh, Albert.
Puckeridge, you cunning bastard.